For most of modern military history, the central problem was visibility. Information arrived slowly. Sensors were limited. Coverage was partial, fragile, and expensive to maintain. A contact that appeared on a scope mattered because it was rare. Detection itself was an achievement. Seeing something often was the decision point. Systems were built around that assumption. Processes moved from absence to presence, from nothing to something, from uncertainty to confirmation. Attention followed detection almost automatically because there was little else competing for it. That environment no longer exists. Modern military systems do not struggle to see. They assume visibility. Persistent ISR is the baseline. Radar coverage overlaps by default. Electro-optical sensors observe continuously. Signals, space-based, air-based, maritime, and cyber feeds update in parallel, without pause. Nothing has to appear dramatically to be noticed. Everything is already present. The operational picture is not sparse. It is dense. Contacts do not arrive one at a time. They exist simultaneously, continuously, and in volume. In this environment, detection has lost its former meaning. It no longer signals urgency by itself. It no longer demands immediate focus. The limiting factor has shifted. The problem is no longer whether something is detected. It's whether it is worth attention. Persistent sensing changes how operations unfold, not by adding urgency, but by removing gaps. Modern ISR does not wait for tasking in the traditional sense. It observes continuously. Space-based sensors revisit on schedule. Radar sweeps overlap by design. Electro-optical systems maintain stare rather than search. Signals collection runs whether or not a specific question has been asked. The result is not a sequence of discoveries. It is a standing condition of awareness. Multiple domains contribute at the same time. Air, maritime, land, space, and cyber feeds update in parallel. Each domain confirms, contradicts, or contextualizes the others. No single sensor owns the picture. This overlap increases reliability, but it also changes scale. Contacts are no longer encountered. They persist. Tracks do not appear and disappear cleanly. They stabilize, degrade, merge, and separate as confidence shifts. Classification is rarely final. It evolves incrementally, with probability replacing certainty. In this environment, escalation does not mean more alerts. It means more simultaneity. Human attention, however, remains linear. Operators can only examine so many tracks at once. Staff can only hold a limited number of uncertainties in active focus. Commanders can only interrogate a fraction of what the system presents at any moment. This is not a shortcoming of training or discipline. It is a fixed constraint. As sensor density increases, the limiting factor is no longer coverage. It is sequencing. Which signals are examined first, which are deferred, which are left untouched. The system does not collapse under this condition. It adapts. Escalation in modern operations is not the arrival of more data. It is the requirement to decide where attention is spent. Modern military systems respond to this condition by inserting structure between detection and response. Every signal is not treated equally. Most are filtered long before they reach human review. Confidence scoring is applied automatically. Correlation layers compare new inputs against existing tracks. Behavioral patterns are weighed against baselines rather than expectations. Signals that align with known patterns are deprioritized. Signals that deviate are cued, not reacted to. This is deliberate. Operations centers are designed to absorb ambiguity, not eliminate it. Unresolved tracks are allowed to exist without immediate resolution. Uncertainty is held, managed, and revisited when warranted. Queues form not because systems are overwhelmed, but because they are selective. Attention is allocated through layers. Automation handles persistence. Analysts handle interpretation. Commanders engage only when context has matured. Action, in this sense, is not movement. It is management. De-emphasis is an intentional act. Ignoring a signal is often the correct response. Most detected activity never becomes operationally relevant, and the system is built to ensure that fact does not create noise. The absence of reaction is not passive. It is structured restraint. The result of this design is an operations environment that appears quieter than expected. Displays update continuously, but without urgency cues. Tracks remain stable without constant intervention. Staff movement is measured, not reactive. To an outside observer, this can look like inaction. In reality, it reflects filtering at work. Posture adjustments often occur before certainty is achieved. Resources are positioned gradually. Options are preserved without announcement. Readiness exists without alarm. There are fewer visible moments of decision because many decisions are embedded earlier in the process. What appears to be calm is often the outcome of extensive prior sorting. Silence in this context is not absence of awareness. It is evidence that attention is being conserved. The system is not waiting. It is watching while withholding focus until conditions justify it. This posture avoids unnecessary escalation. It prevents routine activity from consuming finite cognitive bandwidth. Nothing is ignored accidentally. It is ignored intentionally. Public expectations often lag behind system reality. Detection is still intuitively associated with danger. Seeing something is assumed to require response. Modern doctrine explicitly breaks that link. Detection establishes awareness, not obligation. Response is reserved for signals that justify the cost of attention. This is not indifference. It is discipline. Attention is treated as an operational resource. It is conserved, allocated, and protected from depletion. Competence is not measured by how much a system reacts. It is measured by how selectively it does so. Responding to everything creates noise. Noise erodes judgment. Judgment, once degraded, cannot be recovered by speed. Doctrine therefore favors restraint. It privileges clarity over immediacy. The goal is not to act early. It is to act when action matters. Attention management does not replace judgment. It structures when judgment is applied. These systems are not designed to eliminate uncertainty. They are designed to prevent uncertainty from consuming finite focus prematurely. Filtering does not mean dismissal. A deprioritized signal is not forgotten. It remains visible, tracked, and available for reevaluation as context changes. Likewise, restraint does not imply passivity. Resources can be positioned, options preserved, and contingencies prepared without declaring intent or escalating posture. Much of this activity occurs below the threshold of observable reaction. Attention rationing is therefore not about minimizing effort. It is about protecting decision quality. The system assumes that most detected activity will never require action. It is built to accommodate that reality without treating every anomaly as meaningful. This model also does not depend on perfect automation. Human operators remain central, but their involvement is timed deliberately. They are inserted where interpretation adds value, not where volume would erode it. There is no expectation that clarity must arrive immediately. Time is used as a sorting mechanism rather than an adversary. Signals are allowed to mature. Patterns are allowed to repeat or dissolve. Confidence accumulates gradually instead of being forced early. These boundaries exist to prevent attention from becoming reactive by default. They ensure that visibility does not equal obligation. What emerges is not a faster system, but a steadier one. One that absorbs continuous input without broadcasting internal strain. The absence of visible response is not a gap in awareness. It is a boundary being held. Attention and priority are often treated as interchangeable. Within modern military systems, they are deliberately separated. Priority determines ordering. Attention determines engagement. A signal can hold a defined priority without consuming active focus. It can remain ranked, visible, and contextually understood while attention is reserved elsewhere. This separation allows systems to remain aware without becoming reactive. Priority establishes where something sits in relation to everything else. Attention determines whether it is being actively worked. Most detected activity occupies this middle state. It is neither ignored nor acted upon. It is held. This holding state is intentional. It allows time, correlation, and repetition to refine meaning without forcing early interpretation. Signals are permitted to exist without demanding resolution. Waiting in this framework is not indecision. It is a form of control. By withholding attention, the system protects itself from false urgency. It prevents provisional signals from displacing more consequential ones. It preserves cognitive capacity for moments when engagement genuinely matters. This distinction also prevents escalation through visibility alone. Seeing something does not elevate it automatically. Only when conditions justify engagement does attention shift. The system therefore remains stable under constant input. It can acknowledge volume without surrendering focus. Attention is not granted because something exists. It is granted because it has earned it. Modern military systems are built to absorb complexity without displaying it. They see continuously, but focus sparingly. They hold uncertainty without rushing to resolve it. In this environment, discipline replaces reflex. Filtering replaces reaction. Attention is no longer a byproduct of detection. It is a resource, and it is spent carefully.